James, thank you for taking the time with me today regarding the Resource Partner Program at MISHRM.
No, I'm happy to be here and share resources.
So let's talk about it. For you really got the ball rolling for the Resource Partner Program last year before you became president of MISHRM. Tell us a little bit about, from your words, why you got that going and what the RP program really is.
I found a lot of value in meeting people several times throughout the year. And typically what Michigan SHRM would do is request a sponsor for a one-time event and then get another sponsor for another one-time event. And not every event has the same attendance or the same interaction. So sometimes those sponsors didn't really get enough value by having just one event, and that was their budget for the year. So I thought it would be better to have a lot of sponsors get 5 touches and interactions by providing value to the HR world and developing relationships as opposed to just a once-a-year interaction.
And I think that's probably the key, is allowing the RPs, the resource partners, to develop true relationships to provide better value to the HR community here locally and throughout the state of Michigan.
Exactly, and I think there's so much volunteer overlap where every year half of the presidents are new, and if you're not interacting with multiple people at a chapter, you may have a great speaker or a great resource, and then next year no one else knows.
That's exactly it. So from an RP's perspective, what's the ideal makeup of a resource partner?
The ideal resource partner would be one of the value adds on a spoke. So picture a wheel and with all the spokes, and there's various professions where an HR needs to consult with somebody in certain specialties, or a chapter needs to consult with a great speaker on certain topics. And if you go to the michiganshrm.org page, you'll be able to get a list of all of the topics resource partners and others could intelligently speak on, and also understand, industry specialties if you were looking for a resource.
I think we've got to think broader than that now too. I mean, people think, well, you're selling to the HR community, it must be payroll, it must be staffing, it must be other, but there's a lot of other industries that are ancillary that support the HR community.
Exactly. I see more than ever HR is working with CFOs and accountants to understand the ROI on their various efforts. There's a lot of legal interactions with all the changes going on, and it's often common to have leadership coaches to train the entire executive board because HR can't do things by themselves.
Now you're no longer running the RP program because you're now the MISHRM President.
Yes, I am super excited to see your vision and how you're going to continue to bring a fresh look and new ideas to the HR community. Well,
we're going to continue what you started. That's the whole idea behind it, is how do the resource partners provide value to the HR professionals within the HR community here in the state of Michigan. I think it's been an underappreciated profession sometimes, and as the resource partners, we want to make sure that we continue to provide value to that group of individuals. The more support we can provide, the more value that we can provide, the stronger the relationships that we can actually create.
100%. I think that historically there's been a misperception that anyone that's a resource partner is going to be a used car salesman, and I think everyone knows to be a successful, trusted advisor or resource, that's not the style that you would want to have. So we truly vet our resource partners and actually have them sign legal documents that I created that basically require them to add value and not be that type of person.
So let's talk about that. So if I'm considering, and somebody watching this is probably thinking about, why do I want to spend the X amount of dollars at the 3 different levels that we have to become a resource partner? Obviously that relationship is number one. What are the other reasons, the other opportunities that come to mind of why somebody should become a resource partner?
One, you can get your brand and image out there on various social media channels more than ever, and you can be followed by up to 16,000 HR professionals in the HR Michigan world. But 2, I really like your vision of how you're connecting the resource partners with each other more than ever, and by having 20 trusted advisors that already have a approved brand and image and reputation working with each other, that's where they could create value with each other, because a lot of resource partners need each other also to provide resources to them and their clients as well.
Yeah, that's that other prong that we've been talking about. One is let's provide value to the HR community, but let's, within the context of all of the RP partners, we're talking to the same HR professionals, we're building relationships. Why don't we share that network with each other, refer each other to create a source of potential long-term relationship revenue, not just short-term, but there's got to be two components to this, and that's the value I think we bring as the RP group.
Agreed. In addition, I think there's so much stress going on in the world that the resource partners are able to pool some funds together and have fun networking events and give back to the HR community.
Yeah, part of that, our initiation, if you want to, or our annual fee is networking events for ourselves, networking events with the HR community, and part of that is supporting the overall state conference as well as part of the RP program.
That's right. At the end of every year, there's a sharing of revenue that goes back to the 19 chapters.
Well, we're excited to have you as president of SHRM. Hopefully we're able to bring these two groups, the RP partners and the MISHRM group, together, and I think with having you at the lead of that, we're excited about things to come.
No, I'm excited with the dream team that's being put together and all of our committee volunteers, and people stepping up and volunteering is greatly appreciated, especially when everyone's overwhelmed.
If you have some interest in joining the RP program and you're watching this, you can reach out to me in two ways. One, you can call me on my cell, 734-837-8500, or send an email to resourcepartners@mishrm.org. Or the third way, go to the website under the Resource Partners page, put in your information, and somebody will reach out to you to talk to you more about the Resource Partner program here at MISHRM. James, thank you.
Thank you, Steve.